between the participating projects and their intentions to create learning materials all around the common topic of bio-based fertilizers, fertilizing products, and their impact on soil. The order I would choose, I would start with Melissa on Ferti Grow Academy, which is also the one taking the initiative, under which umbrella the webinar is organized. And then the contributing presentations by Evi and Stratus, which is still in early stages, so they are still conceptual and trying to figure out. The good thing there is it is until 2029, so it's the one that can carry forward material and have a longer longevity of things that we can also get from other projects. And then I would shift to Margarita for the NovaFert, and amongst others the MOOC development there, finishing up as a project. And then I would shift to Hongzhen and give some insights from the Neutrino materials. But first I would start with Melissa. Melissa, the floor is yours.
Okay, great. Thank you, Eric, for the presentation. So it will be nice that I start this presentation because the project we are talking, Ferti Grow Academy, is ending August this year. So a few months left. Most of the project results are completed. I will be able to give you some examples. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Everything? Yes, perfect. So why did we do this project? Actually, it was the project aim was to develop high quality scientific and pedagogical content on the subject of organic fertilizers and growing media. Actually, to be honest, I am not the scientific person. I don't have a scientific background. In this project, my training box role is to provide these online digital training courses and coordinate the project. So I will be presenting you the project, but if you have any scientific questions, here I have Eric. Fortunately, he will be answering your questions. So our aim was to create these content, digital training courses to reach farmers, vocational education and training providers, trainers, teachers, learners, of course, different level students, and the companies. To meet, of course, to meet sustainable agricultural requirements. In the project, there are many people participated, like 5 partners. We have different organizations from different European countries. From France, for example, My Training Box and AFEA is the association around fertilizers are participating. Ghent from Belgium. Tuscia University from Italy, and CICIC with the research center in Granada. They were from Spain. They were partners of this project. During the project, we had 12 scientific experts, 1 pedagogical engineer, 4 motion designers who created the motion design. In other words, like illustrated videos. For the digital training courses. We worked with 4 voice actors, 1 in English, 1 French, Italian, and Spanish. And overall, there were 2 project managers who were coordinating the project. So the target groups of the project, as I said earlier, the farmers, of course, who are the first contact in the field, teachers and trainers for the next generation, students in different levels. We said VET high schools, agricultural high schools in different countries, but also the university and maybe PhD students, and the companies for the employees during recruitment. They asked these new people to follow the digital training courses. Then, if we have a look on the results of the project, we have 4 digital training courses prepared. They are all available on the platform I'm going to show you. 8 webinars are in total. With the 8 today, it's completed, 2 per country. So some of the webinars organized in English, some French and other languages of the consortium. And 8 pilot training courses have been organized in the partner countries. And it's not finished yet. We still have some time till July. It's gonna be completed. So when I said the four digital training courses, the titles of these training courses were Fertilizing Product Regulation, like Eric's mentioned, how do we keep the content update in the regulation topics especially. Well, in this kind of cases, we are trying to either do not give numbers, or if we have to give numbers, the dates, we are noting it aside to update later. And another thing we are trying to do on the platform is that because we expect that people will use it, and because it's a free access platform, they know that we are funding it with projects, and it is open to interaction, so they can leave a comment if something needs to be corrected. So we are also trusting to the community, to the trainers or teachers who will be detecting, identifying the updates, and they will give us feedback so that we can update our content, which happened in another project. So the content was outdated, and one of the trainer or teacher, she reached us and updated the content. So we worked with the voice actor again to update the sentence, and the video was updated. So this is how we work for the moment. Then the second training course is soil fertility and plant nutrition. Third one is organic soil improvers and fertilizers. And the last one we released recently, the growing media for soilless cultures. So like we said, these digital training courses are available on my Green Training Box platform. This is the platform where we also did the project Biostimulant Academy with the partnership with Ghent University also. And all these training courses are available on the platform with free access. Today we can have an access on desktop or mobile versions. I'm gonna show you directly from here. You can create your account for free. Once you create your account, you will have access to this page. I will maybe put it on the chat. And if you would like to have a look at the same time, you can create your account maybe in a few seconds. Or otherwise, I'm gonna just show you, and then you will be able to do it after the webinar. So I will be showing you the English version. It is available in different European languages, but maybe for Belgian target group, it will be easy in English. From the Explore, you can write and search any topic you want. For example, if we write biostimulants, we will have access to the training courses created in the previous project, and also some others, including the biocontrol. On the other hand, if we just type the fertilizers, or even if we go to the, we will have the, with the keyword, we're gonna have access to training courses related to this keyword. From here, we can find, maybe from Eric's profile, we can also have a look on the other projects, on the other training courses created as part of this project. Or we can also find the Ferti Grow Academy and have all the training courses available here. I will come back to this one. So there are modules for each training course, and they are listed one by one. There are micro-learning videos, podcasts, and scripts. In each module, you have both all materials actually. The video that you can play, and it's motion design. I will play it. Just it starts very low. When we said motion design, we mean the illustrations. So it's mostly the same language that we can keep all along the training courses, which is easy and easy access for learners, and pedagogically recommended way, instead of someone is recorded and a teacher or a professor is explaining the content in front of a camera. Maybe this person is not very familiar with being video shot or not. It can be stressful for this person. In our case, we work with experts. We have credits for them on our platform. And actually, they write the script, and we use this script to create the videos, as well as the podcast. So it is possible to download the podcast and just listen it when you are offline. You don't even have to be online, that you can listen anywhere. So the concept is micro-learning or micro-learning. That's why each module is around 3.5, 4 minutes maximum. And we're trying to keep it 10 modules per training course. So at the end of each training course, there is also self-assessment. This is the part if the user of the platform give right answers 80% of the exam, they will receive a certificate. These certificates are available on their profile. They can download it anytime, and there will be a date on it and the content, the training course they followed. So once we write the project, actually our aim was to promote these digital training courses and ask people to complete and receive a certificate before they continue to other parts of the project. So I will go back to the presentation itself, and if you have any questions about it, we will come back to the platform later. In the second step of the project, we organize webinars. Like I mentioned before, in Belgium, there are 2 webinars. This is the second one. And the first one was about reuse of horticultural substrates and circular horticulture. Now it is recorded and edited the videos. So even if you missed the webinar, you can today go to the YouTube channel of My Green Training Box and watch the episodes of this webinar. It is simple, it's short. Each of them are around 5 to 10 minutes and easy access to the content. Then the last part of the project was to organize pilot training courses, mostly focusing on case studies like the tests. That's a practical test that they can do in lab, the participant, or they can go to have a field visit and experiment there. Now it's going on. 2 pilot training courses are completed in Spain. I think 2 are also completed in Belgium. And France and Italy, we continue to organize them. At the end of this work package or the project result, we will be creating a report that we will share with everyone, with the community. And there you will be able to have lots of content. How did it go? What were the steps of this project? Well, actually, the idea of having these 3 steps was to create a blended learning path. So in the beginning, there are digital training courses. The learner can train themselves by themselves or in a class with a teacher or trainer. In the second one part, the learners are meeting with the experts from their field during webinar, and they can ask their questions synchronously. And in the third one, the idea actually was to put the hands on and try some experiments and practice what they learned during the online part of it. For me, that's all for the presentation of the project. I would like to ask if you have any questions.
Thank you for the presentation. I have one question. You mentioned it's community driven also on let's say feedback that there are commenting opportunities, but then the content revision, how is the updating done? Is that then that My Training Box looks for experts or the original experts to update the content? Or how is that performed?
Yeah, thank you, Eric, for the question. Actually, this is where we collect the feedback from the users of the platform. This can be the students, learners, or the trainers who use the element. So if the feedback or correction came from an expert, of course, we directly contact with them. We try to contact with them and ask them to how we can update and their expertise.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
In a case that this person is not available, we would go back to our consortium and check maybe if they are available to update this content, even if it is the end of the project. Even if the project is not going on, from the consortium, there should be someone who would be updating this content as an expert.
Okay, I see Hamza also raised her hand.
Yeah, thank you for the introduction. I'm thinking, so you also mentioned that here you have PDFs. What are the PDF materials?
It is the same text here, but in a PDF format that you can download, either upload in somewhere else or print them. Because most of the not most of the time it's changing, but sometimes the teachers or trainers prefer to hand out the PDF, the content. They can pick some modules and just print it before the class or during the class to discuss on it.
Maybe adding to that, the content of the PDF is chosen to be brief and concise. It's, I think, 1.5 page per module, more or less.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, Rashpal. And then we have to move to Avi also to stick to time.
Okay, just one question. Are there any limitations on the videos, or do you have a plan to add more videos in the future once the project completes, or is this it?
Thank you for the question, Rashpal. For each project, we decided in advance how many modules or training courses we will be creating, because this platform, as it is free access, it is funded by the project, national or international or European level projects. That's why we need to know how many modules or training courses we're gonna create during a project. But of course, our aim is to keep this going on, to have a sustainable platform. That's why we continue to write projects and keeping consortium, creating new consortiums around Europe also, as well as in France, to create content.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, then I propose, thank you for the presentation, and I propose we move to Avi. I think that will be a shorter contribution because Stratus is still quite early stage, but it is a relevant network because it has a train-the-trainer type of strategy, and then of course the material that is created on other projects can find a channeled way through Stratus, and it has like I mentioned, it has a longer running time up to and within 2029. So that's also interesting to know. Evie, the floor is yours.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So first of all, Melissa, thank you for the introduction. I thought it was really interesting, and I see some added benefits when teaching or also for other projects. So it was good to have this introduction. But so my name is Evi Michels. I'm from Ghent University, and today I will walk you a little bit through the learning materials that are being and will be developed in the Stratus project. So the acronym Stratus, it's awful, I know, but I have to say it. It's a short for Advisor Network for Optimal Fertilizers Use. And actually in that acronym, there's already an important hint towards the intended stakeholder group of the project. So we specifically focus on advisors. So the people that advise farmers towards their way forward in fertilization management. But that, of course, does not mean that the project outputs cannot be used by other stakeholder groups. So the aim of the Stratus project is to connect advisors across Europe, because we see a lot of researchers are connected or and so on. But actually, there was a loophole, let's say, to connect advisors across Europe for accelerating knowledge and sharing on integrated fertilization management, so that they can bring the knowledge that is being created into practice. And to achieve this goal, the project wants to create an EU-wide advisory network that actually covers the 27 member states. So very short, I'm just gonna, because there's something, yeah, okay. How will we do this? So we will create 3 transnational sub-networks, so-called fertilization innovation networks, each with a specific focus. So one on precision farming, one on bio-based fertilizers, and one on soil quality. Each network has scientific and advisory partners that are experts in that particular field, and also have a track record in knowledge generation and exchange. And we as UGent are actually part of that bio-based fertilization fin. Of course, if you talk experts, you also have a risk because sometimes we have a one-track mind. So to ensure that the fins do not operate on an island and keep in touch with the people in the field and practical aspects, also 10 communities of practice, or so-called COPs, have been created. These have been set up in Poland, Greece, Slovenia, Belgium, Spain, the Netherlands, France, Italy, Sweden, and Croatia. And in this way, also regional conditions are also taken into account. And in that community of practice, you can find different people like policymakers, researchers, also advisors, farmers, and industry. So the project, like Eric said, it's a 5-year project. We're just finished the first year, so we're still in the conceptualization and selection phase of the project, but I'll try to guide you through the different steps so you know what to expect in the future. So first of all, the FINs, the innovation networks, will identify 104 good practices, so things that are actually happening in the field, or research innovation, so things that are at the horizon and are promising across the 3 FIN topics. And that, like I said, will be done in close cooperation with those scopes so that we capture the bottom-up needs. So what is we actually collected are solutions that are being implemented locally or nationally or even internationally on optimal fertilizer use, or like really interesting research innovations which are on pilot scale or higher. So in that first step, descriptive data and key data are collected, and this will be done in 2 rounds, and we just finished the first round. So the collected solutions of the first round are currently being further scrutinized with a sort of feasibility analysis. So we take into account farm economic effects, farm applicability, the effects this will have on the value chain, environmental effects, and so on and so on. And the same will be done then in a later phase when we collect the second round of good practices. And then we will select 48 best practices, let's say, for the moment, on optimal, that are very promising, let's say, and they will undergo more detailed analysis and information gathering. In the end, that the advisors that need to advise the farmers have sufficient data and material to give to the farmers and to advise them on the best way forward in their nutrient management. So that was in a nutshell what the project will do and which methodology they will use. But the important question now is what will be in there for all of you, which kind of materials will be created. So for now, the first batch of good practices and research innovations, they have been collected. And for the moment, you can find them in Zenodo. So that's an open access platform. I think you're all familiar with it. So there you can already take a look at different good practices in these countries that I've mentioned. And you can also find quite extensive descriptive information. I think also very nice is that the information is available in 11 local languages. Like I said, it's for advisors who advise farmers, so it's really important that we talk to them in their own language. So that is what the project is trying to do. And of course, this is not the end point. For now, it's on Zenodo, but the idea is that this goes on a digital platform that will work through fact sheets, so PDF fact sheets. So I think that might be interesting also for training box on a digital platform that would launch by the end of this year, hopefully. So the digital platform will also be linked in the end with the EU Farm Book platform you might be familiar to, and that is also for longevity of the results. So the platform, the good practices, and all the information that is in there, that is an important part of the project. But for some of the identified good practices, real-life cross visits will also be organized both locally and internationally. And specifically during these cross visits, advisors and invitees for that event will be able, first of all, to see the practices in real life and ask questions. And importantly, we will create hands-on training material that is really developed for the advisors, so they can fully understand the practice that they are seeing and all the things that come with it, so that they can help the advisors in their exchanges with farmers. And these training materials will not only be on paper, so let's say flyers and so on, but it's also the plan to create videos and to create infographics and things like that. So because we in the end it's for the farmers, so it's good that they see the innovation. So this is all I can present for the moment. So I hope I have managed to give you a short introduction to what to expect from the project and what will come in the future. So I would recommend to take a close look at the website and keep an eye on the website and the socials, and there you will see gradually the upload of all these kind of materials.
Okay, thank you. So I do see, like you mentioned, Avi, collaboration opportunities, and maybe indeed it could be used to promote and propagate materials elsewhere produced. Mutual
or make
benefit.
linkages even with topic-wise. Now I've seen the training box. I see there are some elements that come. So I will definitely also mention it on the partner meeting to have a close look there. So.
Because in that sense, we can avoid inventing or reinventing the wheel.
Yes, reinventing what has already been invented. Yes, let's all do that.
And for the others that have already invented the wheel, it gives a higher impact and continuity and longevity of things created. So I think it could be a good match. I see no hands raised, so I would move forward with Margherita. And on the book developments within NovaFert, amongst others, or most importantly there.
Okay. Okay, you should be able to see my screen now.
Yes.
So perfect. Thank you very much for this invitation, the opportunity to present the NovaFert MOOC here and to have an exchange on how these training platforms can be beneficial for those who are interested in circular fertilizers. So NovaFert, I will start with a short overview on the project. NovaFert is a CSA action that has been founded under the Horizon Europe program, and the project has 9 partners coming from 6 countries, and it will end in August. So by definition, the coordination and support action aims to disseminate the knowledge on a specific topic. So for NovaFert, the goal is to enhance the use of alternative fertilizers, and in order to do so, the NovaFert aims to demonstrate the technical, the economic and environmental feasibility and the safe use of a wide portfolio of alternative fertilizing products from different waste streams. So as I mentioned before, we have 6 countries, and as you can see from the on the right side of my slide, each of this country has a specific focus on some waste streams. So from Belgium, for example, we focus on animal manure and digestate, which are the most promising waste streams for alternative fertilizers. And other countries involved in the project also have their focus, and they are working on these waste streams and how to let's say how to make the alternative fertilizers coming from these waste streams on the market. And in order to make these products marketable, we need to not only to promote their use, but also to increase the awareness and therefore trust in of their benefits. So the MOOC in that sense was and is part of the NovaFert project, because being a massive open online course, it provides key information on the alternative fertilizers. So differently from what you are developing in your own projects, the NovaFert MOOC is more about knowledge sharing and interactions, and it's more about it's more an aggregator and a hosting system of the knowledge that the NovaFert produced, but also the knowledge that is already available on nutrient recycling. And by this, I mean all the knowledge that has been produced by EU, previous EU projects working on the topic. So we tried to maximize as much as possible on the outcomes of previous projects. So the MOOC investigates the key aspects of the sustainable nutrient management, and as I mentioned, the benefits that these fertilizers can bring to the environment, providing scientific evidence on their on these benefits, and also providing a comprehensive perspective on the legal framework at the European level. So the module is consists of four. Sorry, not the module, but the MOOC consists of 4 modules. It's about it gathers information on research results, position papers from EU-found projects, as I mentioned before. Most of them are also part of the Biorefining Cluster Europe. As your training courses, our MOOC also address the key stakeholders of the value chain, namely the actors of the quadruple helix, so the farmers, the policymakers, companies, and the academy. And it's available on the NovaFert website at www.novafert.eu. So which are the learning objectives? So mainly we aim to explore a range of innovative technologies of nutrient recovery and fertilizing products. We provide evidence of the efficiency of these bio-based fertilizers that we are testing in various climate conditions across Europe. And we also provide valuable insights on the sustainability assessment, and we analyze the importance of EU legislative framework. So each module has an introductory video and is structured in sub-chapters with relevant content on the topic, and we also have a final survey for feedback. So here I have a short video that I can comment so that you can see how it's demonstration about the MOOC. So you will go on the NovaFert website. On the main menu, you have the MOOC webpage with the description of the MOOC itself, and mainly the gain that you will have by following the MOOC. And you find there 4 modules, the 4 modules, one on technologies, another one on agronomic performance, the third one is on sustainability assessment, and then we have the legal framework. Per each page, the the structure is very intuitive. You have the language, the contributors, as we are also let's say also relying on material already promoted, so and produced by other projects. So we have created some chapters per module with sub sections, and you can see that when you open the chapter, you will find some material related to the technology in this case, but also dedicated materials on the output, so on the products. In these documents, for example, comes from systemic you-founded projects, and here you can see let's say a fact sheet on ammonium sulfate with the reference to the technology, but also to all the description of the product itself. The same goes for the agronomic performance. We have exactly the same structure, so focus on nitrogen use efficiency, the phosphorus utilization efficiency, and all these modules have been produced by the expert of the involved in the project. So as you can see here, we also have research papers that can be consulted by those who are interested in knowing more about the topic. And of course, this kind of material requires an intermediate knowledge on the topic. It's not for those who are not familiar with the alternative fertilizer or ecochemistry. Here you have in the sustainability assessment, we also have dedicated material produced by Novafert, specifically on the proposed methodology on LCA approach. And then we have the legal framework with the reference to the major EU regulations. So some of the documents are coming from European projects, like this one is from Lex from Bio, and some other have a direct link to the European Commission website, so the EURLEX, where you can have here a summary of the legislation, which is always good to have when you have to get a knowledge on how this topic is regulated. So this is mainly the structure of the MOOC, and at the end we do have a survey that has 18 from 16 or to 18 questions quite quickly to be filled in, and it's just about a feedback that we would like to get from those who are following the MOOC. And again, it's not the traditional MOOC, but it's more let's say a library, where you can find all the material that has been produced by Novafert, but also by other projects. So we try really to make advantage of all the knowledge that is outside in order to have a complete framework on the topic. So then why you should get enrolled? Because you can learn about the circular fertilizers at any time and anywhere. You can get a scientific and practical knowledge on the bio-based fertilizers in a user way format, and you can build capacity and skills for the adoption of circular fertilizers and be part, of course, of the Novafert community, but also of the broader community of people that are engaged in the nutrient recycling. That was my presentation. Then I'm open to all the questions that you might have on the Novafert MOOC. Thank you.
Here as well, I think a good link could be made, because it's a combination of Novafert derived deliverables and output, and some other projects as well. meaning that some, if not all, of the modules from Ferti Grow Academy might also be relevant to be mentioned within the framework of the MOOC. So that could be a cross connection to be made, adding also some multimedia angle to the MOOC, which is now built, like you mentioned, in a library style, but it could benefit from such an approach or such an addition as well. So worth investigating, I think.
Yes, yes, indeed. If it would be nice indeed to have the videos on the web pages of our MOOC, because that can also make this.
I think it works for the link. I think the concept is that the training box wants the videos, because I also asked in the past to use it in my courses, and then have the videos that I could use in other ways. So at the moment, it's meant to be a link to the training box, not a redistribution of the video material, but of the links. So I think connections should be made in that sense at the moment, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, because the idea is to connect the trainers and trainees into the platform, that they can start and follow the video. And the idea is that we are not putting it on YouTube or any other platform, because everything is free access. So actually it could be out of platform, but the idea is to keep it in a platform where it's in the context, it's on its own context. That's the idea. So, but yeah, with the link, it should be fixed.
You do share some, you do have a YouTube channel, and you do share some things there, but that's then probably the recordings of webinars exclusively,
yes,
and not the training material.
Yeah, it is more dissemination, and also giving some, of course, a training material in a way that we use webinars, recordings, but the idea is it is not the part of the training session.
Okay.
It is not the part of self-assessment certification, but more than.
No, I see the distinction. Yeah,
you're right.
I understand.
Thank you.
All right, but then yeah, okay, yes, you had.
No, I was just about to say that we can indeed have an exchange now that we have all the modules structured, and see how Ferti Grow can contribute in the Nova Fert MOOC.
Okay, then being mindful in time, we did promise to crunch it within 1 hour. So I would like to move to the last presentation and project Neutrino, coordination support action. And Hongzhen, I would invite you to present that part.
Thank you, Eric. Can you see my slide now? Okay, perfect. Yes. I'll present in full mode. Yes, indeed, as Eric mentioned, so Neutrino focus on different type of materials. Now, today, I will mainly talk about the community of the practice and MOOC developed in Neutrino project. And it's really a good opportunity here to introduce, because we are all focusing on this exchanging the easy to understand knowledge with type of stakeholders. And in Neutrino project, the targets are more farmers around the nutrients management value chain. So we try to build knowledge and fill in the gap between the researchers and the practitioners. And the main focus of these projects is the EIP Agri Operation Groups under the EU CAP network. So we try to broaden the impact of these operation groups, and share the knowledge about nutrient management around the value chain. So of course, we also try to engage with multiple stakeholders. So the multi-actor approach include policymakers, academic science, like researchers, practitioners, and users of the technology, and also advisors, enterprises. In this way, we work together to increase the impacts of the research results. So in NutriNode project, we target 12 operational groups from 4 member states, Belgium, Italy, Spain, and Ireland. And these operational groups covering innovations at 6 value chain steps, including livestock farming, storage, fertilizer production, processing technologies, transport, and application. So based on this already available knowledge from the 12 operation groups, we create different practice materials. For example, we have 6 booklets in 6 languages, 26 flyers also in 6 languages, 30 practice abstracts, both in EIP Agri format and also in a more attractive layout that's in 7 languages. We have also 8 short animated videos in English. We also developed this MOOC, but mainly in English. Online forum community of practices is available in 5 languages. So these are the examples. All these material are already available on the NutriNode website, and also we uploaded to EU Farm Book as a second repository. In the upcoming months, we will also upload more materials because we had already conducted 7 webinars. By the end of the project, we will also have 4 online on-site visiting to introduce the knowledge at the country, at the pilot country itself. We also organize 4 trainer workshops in 4 member states to introduce the MOOC and also the materials to the agricultural school teachers, trainers, so that they know there are available material can be used in their teaching. By end of this project, we target to also provide recommendations in policy aspects. So we will have 2 policy briefs and 1 policy conference by the end of the project. Yeah, so feedback is always very important. So we also developed a survey to collect feedback from different stakeholders. This survey are available in 5 languages, and they can choose which are the materials they want to evaluate if they don't want to give all these materials comments. And okay, I focus more on the community of the practice. You can access it through the website, or you can directly visit it through the scope.nutrinode.eu. So the MOOC is consists of different sectors. It's including the main page that's with questions, answers, knowledge bases, members. So you will see the knowledge bases based on what other main topic in this value chain. And then you have the member questions and answers to the questions raised for this topic. And then you also see who are the members actively interacting in this online forum, so that if you want to connect with them, it's also possible. The MOOC, so different from what you are introducing in your project, our MOOC is more focused on future farmers, meaning the students in agricultural school. At the current stage, they are learning the farming practices. You can access the MOOC at NutriNode website through the e-learning, or also directly through this website, nutrinode.eu slash lesson. So as I mentioned, our MOOC is more for future farmers. We already have the gender course with agriculture school to demonstrate this MOOC and let them know how to use it. In total, we have 6 modules along these 6 steps of value chain. Each module can have 1 to 5 lessons. And by the end of the module, you have self-evaluation questions that you can answer. And if you enter your email address, you will get a certificate after answering all the questions. So the structure of the MOOC is distributed along the 6 steps of value chain step. And in total, we have 19 short videos, which each one is around 3 minutes. Besides, we also have different PDF materials such as booklets, fact sheets, leaflets, and infographics for that topic. And just one example for the step of livestock farming, we have 3 courses. So first one, reducing ammonia and greenhouse gas emissions from livestock farm, and good livestock farming practices to enhance water quality, and alternative animal feed from grass. The same for other modules that you can click into this module and then find the videos over there and available materials. So after this gender event, we also receive feedback from the agriculture school teachers. They suggest that we should link these videos and also the community of practice so that we can keep the Chinese and channels more active in both of our platforms. So eventually our team has improved this MOOC system by adding a link of the community of practice with a searching bar directly. That's when you click, you can jump to the relevant topic on the community of practice. So by end of this project, still we have some months, so we are still working to improve it more and more. If you have any suggestion or feedback, that's also highly recommended. Thank you very much. Any questions?
So thank you for leading us through the Neutrino initiative. Again, I repeat myself and saying that there are links to be made with the other material as well, so that the connections and the possible connections are quite self-evident. Any questions at the moment?
Not a question, but some feedback I wanted to give. It looks very nice, as it is similar to our target group. As the platform is designed in a way, we are also giving importance to the structuring the learning materials, different than the library concept. I really like the way it is visualized, the steps, the value chain, I mean, and also the content. It's very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I also do like the community of practice, although I've also been looking into the answers and also the way that people who ask questions can also tick and say which of the replies they favor as being the most pertinent reply. So there are some smart tricks on that facilitate community. The only caveat that I have, the only flag being on platforms as well, is that it's very difficult to maintain dynamics of a community platform because it's driven on people participating. And once you fall under a certain threshold of interactivity, people who are taking an initial interest will not come back, and then it fades out quite fast. So it needs to maintain that level of interactivity, and if it falls under that threshold, it's at the risk of coming to a standstill. So that's the only concern I have with initiatives like this. I'm not sure whether Melissa, you also have experience with that on the training box, and then how you can mitigate such risk.
Yeah, it is a bit different. Earlier in the previous version of the platform, we had a forum, which is similar to this approach, but it wasn't super active. So we removed it in the second platform. We only get the feedback through a survey. So it is only us who sees it. But yeah, it's right that this community part is very nice point on this platform, on this website. But I was wondering if you implemented any gamification, like the people who answers are they expert users, any classification among the people who answers the questions, anything like that they feel they are awarded
Yeah.
by React?
In our community of practices, of course, in our partners in the project are experts involved in the operational groups, so they have the experience with the technology development. So they represent some extent of these experts, and also our partners are one bridge that's with the real users of the technology. For example, they have before developed this technology and use it with local farmers. So they do also learn from the local farmers what's the experience of them. Aside from that, also we invite the real end users like farmers who we still keep connection with to join this community of practice, to experience, to give their feedback. Yeah, how do you feel like that? So there are different type of expertise, including from technical and from real practice.
Yeah, my word about expert, maybe it was not the good, but like the person who interacts on the community practice page, the more they can climb up on the leaderboard in a way. I was wondering a motivational thing for the interactions to improve.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Although in our project, we try to give the title of ambassador. But yeah, of course, it's not like an official saying, giving something certificate. No, but it's a good point. Thank you.
Yeah, you can have some indicators as related to the replies or preferred replies. So also some kind of peer-reviewed indicators that are automatically generated. That could be one angle. But the risk maintain and remain, and I think during the project, experts are of course incentivized also directly by the project funding itself to take an interest, but it becomes voluntary after an ending. So I think it is tricky to and we see that also in other types of tool developments like mapping tools and so on, that projects take a high ambition of trying to matchmake people geographically and this and that. But there are many initiatives out there, and then let's say the attention gets fragmented over multiple such initiatives. And then even the best IT environments, they still drive on the people following it. So I think it's I like Melissa mentioned, I do like how Neutrino is drafted. It's very smart in its approach, but the risks is in the human factor, and I think that's something that we need to think about. I'm also thinking that part of the answer, I think Evie mentioned in the beginning, referred to BioRefine, for example. But I think initiatives like BioRefine or ESNI that span across and between projects, they could play a role in such things. So that's maybe something as a take-home message that we should think of. How can we support projects that launch a platform and help maintain the interactivity of those platforms. So that's something to keep in mind.
So you'll
Alright,
have to excuse me. I need to leave. I put it in the chat. Thanks for the interesting talks, and yeah.
Yes, and we are indeed beyond the hour, so we did promise a crunching within the hour. So I think it is a good comparison of projects and their initiatives. So I think indeed some cross connections can be made to better the projects involved and the community at large. So yeah, thank everyone for presenting today, and yeah, let's move forward with trying to connect the dots between them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
See you.
See you next time.
See you.